Welcome back to Bookshortz, your go-to channel for gripping, binge-worthy book summaries that hit you right in the feels. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's as dark as it is addictive, a twisted romance that blurs the line between love and obsession. This is Does It Hurt? By H. D. Carlton, a psychological, pulse-pounding tale that will pull you under and refuse to let go. If you're into dark romance stories that are raw, intense, and unforgettable, you're in the right place. So before we get swept away in the storm, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another story that leaves you breathless. Now let's dive in and find out just how much it really hurts. They say love is a battlefield, but what if it's the ocean that swallows you whole? What if the waves pull you under and the only thing keeping you alive is the one person who could destroy you completely? Welcome to a world where danger is seductive, pain is addictive, and survival depends on how far you're willing to fall. Sawyer Luna never wanted to look back. Her life was a series of broken promises and painful memories, so she ran and kept running until the sea became her only refuge. Now she drifts from one place to another, trying to keep her head above water, constantly chasing the numbness that only distance can bring. But when a one-night stand with a dangerously charming stranger goes terribly wrong, her carefully controlled chaos becomes a full-blown storm. Enzo Vitale is no ordinary man. He is saltwater and fire, inked with secrets and dripping with danger. A man who walks the line between predator and savior. Enzo is the storm that doesn't pass, the kind that consumes everything in its path and leaves you gasping for air. He's arrogant, intense, and addicted to pain, but he's also exactly what Sawyer doesn't know. She's been searching for a connection so raw it hurts. What begins as a simple night of release spirals into something darker. Sawyer wakes up to find herself trapped on a remote island in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by nothing but sea air, and the man who terrifies her as much as he draws her in. Enzo claims she drugged him and stole from him, which she didn't, but that doesn't stop him from keeping her as a prisoner until he gets the truth or something else entirely. But nothing is what it seems on this island. Enzo has his own demons and secrets that go deeper than the ocean floor. His past is bloody, brutal, and tied to things Sawyer can't even begin to understand. And Sawyer isn't as innocent as she looks either. She's running from something, someone. And every step she takes away from the truth brings her closer to the edge as the days pass. A twisted game of cat and mouse unfolds between them, fueled by taunts, challenges, and a slow burn of tension that crackles like a live wire. Enzo is unpredictable, cruel in moments, and tender in others. But it's the pain that binds them, the pain they give each other, and the pain they take that creates a connection deeper than they ever anticipated. Sawyer finds herself addicted not just to the man, but to the intensity of what he makes her feel. She's never felt anything this real or this dangerous. The island becomes a pressure cooker of emotions, secrets, and physical obsession. Their chemistry is explosive, but their truths are even more volatile. While trying to navigate the treacherous waters of their relationship, they begin to uncover chilling truths about the island itself and the past that haunts both of them. Enzo is hiding more than just his obsession with pain. He's hiding a past soaked in blood and betrayal. Sawyer's fears weren't imagined, they were earned, and the monster chasing her isn't far behind. The novel doesn't shy away from its darker elements. Enzo is not your typical romantic hero. He's cruel, possessive, and has a disturbing obsession with inflicting and receiving pain. Sawyer is no shrinking violet either. She fights him tooth and nail, trying to maintain control over her own narrative, but pain becomes their love language, and through it they understand each other in a way no one else ever could. Enzo's backstory is a slow reveal, a haunting tale of survival and rage that shaped him into the man he is. He's not just hurt. He's broken in a way that never healed and instead hardened. Sawyer becomes the mirror to that brokenness, reflecting her own pain back at him. Together, they are two fractured souls trying to make sense of the chaos within them as they spiral deeper into obsession. The line between love and pain blurs. They begin to trust each other in twisted ways. Enzo teaches Sawyer how to survive, how to fight, how to take back control of her life, and Sawyer gives Enzo something he's never had before. A reason to hope they become each other's drug, toxic but irresistible. But just when they begin to find a fragile rhythm, the real world crashes in and threatens to rip them apart. Sawyer's past comes knocking, and the secrets Enzo's been keeping finally rise to the surface. The pain that once brought them together now threatens to destroy them entirely in a brutal climax where loyalty is tested and love is weaponized. They must decide if what they have is strong enough to survive the real world, or if it was always destined to drown in the very waters that brought them together. Does It Hurt is not just a love story. It's a story about healing through destruction, about finding light through the darkest paths, and about two people who discover that sometimes the most powerful kind of love is the one that scars you permanently. H.D. Carlton doesn't hold back in this dark romance, pushing the boundaries of obsession, control, dominance, and vulnerability. This book is a psychological tug-of-war wrapped in sensuality and laced with danger. It asks hard questions and doesn't pretend to offer clean answers. What makes someone good? What makes someone a monster? Can love truly exist in the same space as pain and control? Or does it just masquerade as connection until it inevitably explodes? Through Sawyer's eyes, we see what it means to reclaim your voice even when it shakes through Enzo's, we see the cost of carrying your trauma until it consumes every inch of who you are. Their story is a reminder that broken doesn't mean unworthy, that pain doesn't always mean destruction, and that sometimes love doesn't save you. It shatters you so you can rebuild. The pacing of the story is relentless, every chapter a step deeper into the abyss. The island setting acts as a character in itself, isolating and intense, adding a claustrophobic intimacy to their psychological warfare. Dialogue is sharp-biting and often drenched in tension. Scenes oscillate between explosive and quietly intimate, showcasing the full emotional range of both characters. Does It Hurt is for readers who crave a romance that cuts deep, who aren't afraid to explore the darker corners of human connection, and who understand that sometimes healing doesn't come with a bandage but with fire. This isn't a fairy tale. This is raw, brutal, and undeniably real in the most twisted sense. So if you're ready to dive into the dark, if you're prepared to be dragged beneath the waves, if you're willing to drown in a love that doesn't ask for permission, then this book is calling you. But be warned, this isn't the kind of story that leaves you untouched. Hurts, and that's exactly the point. If you want to listen full audiobook for free, link in description. Thanks.